Hey y'all, it's Lena. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and you like to support and become a part of the tribe, go ahead and subscribe and put on your post notifications so you can be notified for whenever I post. So today I wanted to come here and I realized I have never really formally introduced myself to you guys. So I wanted to come on here and sit down, grab a drink, which I have my drink here. You guys know I always have coffee in my cup. Coffee. So I have my little coffee here, and I do have my iPad. I am going to be, I put notes here. So just so I don't forget about anything that I wanted to talk about and touch on. But yes, you guys, I wanted to come here and just introduce myself, let you guys know a little bit about me, my story, my family story, from really how I met my husband, from us moving from Minnesota to Arizona, us having kids and losses, losing family members, as well as how life eventually led us to our son's autism diagnosis. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and tell you about our story, and also I will be posting a video with resources that are available for autism parents and kids. So please stay tuned on this series. I think it's going to be a 3-part series, but yeah, stay tuned. Turn on your post notifications so you can get notified whenever I do post those videos. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so hey guys, my name is Lena. As you guys know, I am a 36-year-old mother and wife of 3 boys. I do have 3 boys, ages 18, 18, 13, not 16, 18, 13, and a 3-year-old little boy, as you guys know, who has been diagnosed with autism. Originally, I am from Wichita, Kansas, and when I was about 10 years old, I did relocate to St. Paul, Minnesota with my mom and my sisters. I stayed in Minnesota for most of the prime time of my life up until my late 20s. I spent in Minnesota. Right now, I am a work from home mom. I'm working 3 jobs, as you guys will see in some of my upcoming videos. My husband does also work, unfortunately, in Arizona. Life does not permit you to only be a stay-at-home mom. I wish it did, but unfortunately it doesn't. And honestly, I don't mind working because it gives me something to do other than pace around the house and chase Ty Anthony. What am I passionate about? Honestly, lately, I would have to say I've kind of lost me within the diagnosis, and I'm going to talk about more of it in upcoming videos. But I used to love doing makeup. I used to love doing hair. I was a makeup artist for a long time, and I used to do these intricate 8-hour long Halloween makeup looks every Halloween. So yeah, really, I love reading. I love music. And as of now, my new hobby is doing YouTube. I'm learning the ins and out of social media and really making social media work for me. But I would say YouTube has been more of a hobby for me. And just a way to share my story. So yeah, that is who I am. So growing up in Minnesota, my mom, she is a single mom. I do have 3 sisters and 1 brother. They are all still in Minnesota. Currently, it's only me, my husband, and my kids that live in Arizona. We don't have any other family here in Arizona. It's literally just us. Um, Most of my time in Minnesota, I would say, I think this is kind of any, like from anyone's experience in their hometown, it can become really toxic. And we were just ready for a change in pace. I knew that Minnesota was never going to be my settling place. I've always said that. I said that to my husband plenty of times. Like we would have arguments and go back and forth about like moving out of Minnesota because he never thought he would move out of Minnesota. But I always knew that Minnesota was never going to be a place for me to stay. I knew that I was much more bigger than what Minnesota could offer me. So we did decide to pick up and move to Arizona. I became a mom. I became pregnant at 16, so I was a teen mom. I had my oldest son at 17. Yes, me and my husband, all of our kids are same mother and father. Um, it has not been an easy journey. I will say that we have went through a lot of ups and downs. But yeah, I was a teen mom, and as you guys seen from my previous vlog, my 18-year-old son, he did just graduate from college, so I'm so proud of him. Being a mom to me is so special. It takes a special type of person to be a mom, and I'm not really saying like just birthing children. To actually be a mom, to actually be there for your kids, to be there to raise your kids. It's not an easy job. It does come with a lot of ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I feel like I was made to be a mother, and I'm so grateful that God gave me the opportunity to be a mother. Being an autism mom, honestly, it's nothing that I would imagine. It completely changed my life and changed the way that I honestly thought. Like I would honestly, I used to be very judgmental, and I could be honest with myself. I would be judgmental with other children and parents in like grocery stores when I would see. And it's really just a lack of understanding, a lack of education about autism. Before my son got diagnosed with autism, I knew nothing, zero about autism. Now that I look back on it, I could say there is a lot of undiagnosed people in the world, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can resonate with that. But now that I look back, yeah, there is a lot of undiagnosed people, and honestly, people in my own family that are undiagnosed. But before my son was diagnosed with autism, I knew nothing about autism at all. So me and my husband, how we first met. So it's a funny story. Not really funny, but I've actually known my husband for so long. Me and his brother was best friends before we even started dating. My oldest sister actually went to high school with my husband. And I didn't know my husband. My sister knew my husband, but I didn't know my husband at all. And I knew his brother. I actually knew both of his brothers. I went to school with his youngest brother, and then me and his middle brother were best friends for years before I even met him. Like his brother used to stay at my house all the time and just like be like literally a brother. But yeah, I met my husband through his brother and my sister. And actually, he was like dating another girl that was like in a group of people that we all used to like hang out with. So there is that. If you guys want to know more about like me meeting my husband and story times about that, it gets really crazy. So I don't want to add that in this video, but Let me know. I will get into that. It's some juicy stuff. My first impression of my husband, honestly, I was not attracted to my husband at all. Um, we were like opposites. He was older than I was, so I never imagined that I would be dating someone that much older than me. So yeah, it was just like we didn't really connect until we connected, if that makes sense, until I got to know him. And then after I got to know him, I started to like him. We dated for 10 years before we got married. We dated for a while. Honestly, we are the first generation. Well, we're the second generation in his, because his grandparents are married, but no one else in his family is married, except for his uncle on his mom's side. But really, like in the Black community, a lot of families are not married. A lot of like you don't see a lot of marriages in, well, from where we come from, there's not a lot of marriages. So we were literally like the first in our generation to be married, the only one in our generation to be married. We did not honestly want to get married. That's why it took us so long. And I'm glad that we waited the 10 years, because we got to see the good, the bad, the ugly of each other inside and out, and know that like we were in it for the long run. But yeah, we were married at the 10-year mark. We actually got married in Vegas, and I will insert some of the pictures here too so you guys can see pictures from our wedding. But yeah, we did get married in Vegas. Some of our family flew in and joined us, so it was really nice. We got to enjoy that. I would say the biggest lesson in marriage is really communication. And I will touch on that a little bit more, understanding, because I do want to talk about how the autism diagnosis has changed our marriage, in our relationship. So I will definitely get into that a little bit more as well. So as I stated, we do have 3 kids. Um, all boys. We weren't lucky to have the girl. We tried. Honestly, our kids are so spaced out, and the reasoning is after the first one, I didn't want any more kids. My husband talked me into having the second one, and the second one, I swear it was a girl, and it was another boy. And after that, I was done. I was done with kids. I wasn't having any more kids. I was just like, no, I can't do this anymore. And then I have boys, and so if I don't know if it's just me, but boys are hard to carry. They get really big, and I was really big. Each pregnancy, I was huge. So, yeah, I was like, I'm not having any more kids. And then we moved to Arizona. Honestly, we were partying a lot, going out a lot, and I don't know how, but I do know how. We had Ty Anthony. And as you guys know, Ty Anthony is our 3-year-old son. He was diagnosed at 2 years old with level 2 autism. He is nonverbal. Um, Honestly, with the level thing in autism, I think it can change. Right now, I do feel he is a level 3, but we've been through ups and downs. I'm still learning autism, still going through the in and outs of autism. So every day is a new day. Every day is a learning opportunity for us. So yes. Um. So yeah, that's pretty much our 3 children. Um. We didn't know it yet, but autism definitely would change all of our lives. Okay, guys, it is 10:57 on July 5th, 2019, and we are officially moving to Arizona today. So right now we're here at the, I don't know if you guys can see, but we're here at the U-Haul place. We're about to pick up our truck and our, what is the thing called? The auto transportation dolly thing to pull our car. So our reservation is for 11, so we're about to head in now and start getting ready. We got our suitcase in the back, just one of them. So here we go. We'll update you guys on the way. We are here, about to get the truck, and we are getting a 15 foot, is it 15 foot, in an auto transportation dolly to pull our car. So here we go. Okay guys, so the time is now 12:07 and we're still here at the U-Haul place. Always something. So we are finally getting the truck and trailer now, so I will see you guys in a little. Okay guys, we finally have the truck and trailer. Just get a view of it. This is the 15. And it's set in tow, so we are ready to go. Thank you. So we're finally here, about to load the truck up. It's empty right now, so we're about to get to work. We'll see you guys when we're done. So far, the time is now 1:14, so we've been doing this for like 15 minutes. Alright guys, U-Haul is semi-packed and we are on our way to go get a couple more things, and then I'll see you in a little. So currently the time is 3:50 and we still aren't on the road. Right now we're at the bank, trying to make sure everything is in order for us to leave, because we go through a credit union and our credit union is not located in Arizona. So we just want to make sure everything, like our money, is where it should be, and making sure that we have enough money transferred and everything like that. So it took us about an hour to load up the truck, which was really easy. We only have a few more things like our clothes and our TVs to put on the truck, and then we'll be leaving out. We're gonna go home or go to my sister's house where we're staying at now, and we're gonna shower up because I look a mess. We're gonna shower up and we're gonna hit the road. So I will check back in with you guys as soon as we're done getting the rest of the stuff on the truck and showering up. So finally got the hatch back on. Car is on. Off the beep. Say hi to my vlog. We're leaving. Maya, say hi. Say bye to my vlog. Blah blah. Can't get it out. What you want to say to Julius? You want to say anything to Julius and Cordell? What you want to say? He going down? Oh. Come over here. Watch out, Maya.
I want to say hi, Julius.
You want to say bye, Julius?
Yeah.
Say I'll see you when you come, when I come there.
Bye. I see you when you come.
Yeah. What about Papa?
No.
See you. It's going to be hot down there. It's going to be like 100 degrees.
Water pool?
Yep, water pools, everything.
What about cupcakes?
Cupcakes? Oh, yeah, we definitely going to have them cupcakes.
What about the cake?
Yep, all of that.
What about the cake?
Where's Lay?
What about the cake? What about the gift? What about the gift?
The what?
The gift.
What's the what? The what?
The gift.
The gifts?
The gifts?
Yeah.
Yo, we gonna have lots of gifts.
Can I have one ketchup over there?
Uh-huh. All right, guys, we are officially pretty. We are officially leaving Minnesota. It is now what time?
Like 11 o'clock.
It's now 11 o'clock. We started at 7 this morning. So
it's 10:16.
we are very tired and we're about to drive 25 hours.
It's probably longer. 10:15
or longer. So yeah, here we go on our journey to Arizona. Any last words for Minnesota?
I just say bye.
See ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
You gotta go to the bathroom before we Nope.
All right, I just wanted to check in with you guys. We got everything hooked up, everything packed up, and we're gonna be heading out now. All right. We are in Iowa, nowhere.
Still not that
We
far.
still got 22 hours and 43 minutes. So,
We going
Pretty is here. Say hi, Pretty. So we're Good morning, guys. What time is it? It's now July. What time is it?
It is
July 7th, 6:35 a.m.
We still have like
And we're
21
in Santa Clara, Iowa. Still have a long time. Still have 21 hours. Pretty hanging in there. Some more water. So yeah, we still have 21 hours to go. So we just left on the side of the road. First rest stop. Sleeping. How was it, kids? How was it, everyone, to sleep on the side of the road?
Pretty cool.
How was it, Julius? Julius looked like he had the most uncomfortable sleep. Yeah, so we still got 21 hours to go. No, Pretty. No, she's trying to...
Put her back up in there, bro.
We ready to go. Say we ready to be there. Say Pretty. All right. Well, I just wanted to check in with y'all. Tell y'all how it was going. Still got a while, so I will check back in with you guys when we get to the next state. And it's light out, so I can finally show the roads and the scenery. So I'll let you guys see that too. She got up there by herself.
No, just leave him. Just let her go. Come on, Pretty.
No, she can't go down that. So it is 8:02 a.m. and we're in Missouri. So we're just at this rest stop. Just decided to stop here because we still got a lot of time to burn.
Put her down the slide.
Kids are playing in the park.
No, this one's not.
It's really chilly. And the sky, like, it's partly cloudy. It's kind of some sun peeking out.
Hey, that nigga's go pretty down the slide.
Pretty, you want to go again? Yeah. Oh, we She went down the slide.
Oh my God, now she's soaked.
Alright, you can't get me.
So yeah, guys, like I was saying, we are here in Missouri at a truck stop. We just got here, chilling out. Still got lots of time to burn. Lots of time to burn. So that's what we're doing. Ew, bugs. Tired yet? Where are you? I look crazy. Thank you.
Literally just talking to my mom the other day about getting one of those.
Yeah, we got her. She's about 8 months now.
I've been seeing puppies all over the place.
Yeah, your little ass so dumb. Man, you think you better? Nah, you jump on me. What?
Freddie, you won't be acting like that when we get our other dog.
Get your little ass down. You always trying to jump on somebody and shit.
What are you looking at? You wanna go take a picture of it with the buffalo?
Ew, there's a bug on me. It's only a fly, but still. Can't wait to hit that Arizona sun. My skin gonna be glowing, honey.
Look at her, look at her, look at her.
She got me in a trap.
She's so wet.
She literally has me in the trap. Let go. Now she took my shoe.
What was that? Did y'all hear that? Something lurking in the grass. Y'all didn't hear that? It was right in the grass.
Who was that in the grass?
I don't know. I don't want to find out either. I don't want to know, and I don't want to find out. This is what they do. And then she participates in it too.
Want me to hit you in his head with this bottle?
So guys, we have made it to Kansas. Right now we're standing outside of Carlos O'Kelly's in Topeka, Kansas. And I ordered some pasta Diablo. So that's what we're waiting for now. It's so hot and humid here. So I'm ready to see how this Arizona heat is gonna be compared to like Minnesota heat, which is mostly humid. And I hear like Arizona has dry heat, but it still like feels like the temperature. Like if it's 107, it feels like 107 there. So we'll see. Got these guys back there. So we're just waiting on the food right now.
Stop!
And these two always argue. Like always.
Stop!
I feel dirty and sticky.
Stop!
Hey, guess what? Which one of y'all staying here?
Both of them.
Alright, Cordell, you staying here.
No, that's
One person we gotta loosen up the load. One person gotta
So yeah, it was raining a little bit, but not for long. So I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you guys know how it's going.
Stop.
Okay, I'll catch you guys at the next stop.
Give me one break, I need faith. Better believe it, better receive it. Give me something I'm lacking, I don't need nothing. You are my everything. Oh
So moving across the country, this was one of the craziest things that we've ever decided to do. And so we decided to move to Arizona after my husband's mom died. We were just, like I said, we were ready for a change. We got an opportunity with my husband's job to move to Arizona. We were thinking about two different states, Texas or Arizona, but we have visited Arizona and we loved Arizona a lot more than Texas. So we decided on Arizona. And also, we wanted to see how it would be to live in a state with no one else, like with just us, no one else, no one there to help us, no one there to save us. It's just us. So yeah, it definitely has been a learning experience. I would say starting over was the hardest thing. I cried a lot. A lot of people don't know this, but I did cry a lot when I moved from Minnesota. It was just like I feel like us as a family, we really did not. I feel like once everyone hits a certain age in their life, you no longer are together all the time. So I felt at a point, like at our ending point in Minnesota, it was just like, what's the point of us being here? Like, there's more to explore in life. Let's just go. So, really, that's pretty much why we moved. And we're just ready for a change of scenery. It was definitely a big culture shock here from Minnesota. Going, I'm used to seeing like a lot of urban neighborhoods and knowing that I'm in an urban neighborhood. Here in Arizona, I would say like everything is different. On the West Coast in general, everything is different. Everything looks different. There's no greenery. There's no 10,000 lakes. Because we were like big, like lake people too. So yeah, it was definitely a shock to see not a lot of people with my same skin color. And when we first moved here, we did move to the Scottsdale area. So that in itself was a lot. I know a lot of people of my skin color can resonate with that. When you move from a state that's predominantly, or a city that's predominantly black, and then you go to a state or a city that's predominantly white and Latino or Mexican, you will definitely, it's definitely a culture shock. I would say it did take us a lot of adjusting to when we moved here. A lot of family was upset that we moved, which I feel like that is honestly typical. A lot of people don't understand your journey, and that your journey is for no one to understand. Your journey is for you to understand and only you. It's not for everyone else to understand. And I think that a lot of our family just couldn't understand what was the point. And it costs a lot of us to crash. Like, we weren't talking, a lot of us weren't speaking. Honestly, I was so like hot-headed in my 20s. I was at the point where like I don't need nobody. Like, I don't need nobody. I don't care how nobody feel how you want to feel. Oh well, y'all don't take care of us, y'all don't help us, y'all don't support our kids. That's where I was at in life. And honestly, that's the worst take you can have on it. I feel like you have to empathize with other people and see where they're coming from, because even though you're moving is a shock to you, it's also a shock to everyone around you as well. So I will say that. Adjusting to Arizona was definitely hard. It was definitely hard. Um, when we moved here, we didn't have a solid plan. And that's one of the regrets I do have. A lot of people don't know this, but when we moved here, we did not have a home. We moved here and we we still had like a Minnesota mindset. Our whole point of moving to Arizona was to elevate in life, to do stuff differently. And when we moved here, we fell back into that same cycle that we were doing in Minnesota, clubbing a lot, going out a lot, spending money just to spend it, not planning for the future, not planning for our children. So when we moved here, we did have to stay in a shelter. We got so low on funds that we were like, okay, what are we gonna do now? So we did go through a lot of things when we moved to Arizona. And a lot of people from our family don't know that. A lot of people seen the good of what we would post on social media, but they never seen the struggles of it. And it was because I did a good job of masking everything that we went through, but we went through a hard time when we moved here. We did stay in a shelter. It was called Family Promise. It was located in Scottsdale, Arizona. And that was the first time that I could remember staying in a shelter. That was the first time in my adulthood that I've had ever stayed in a shelter and went through an experience like that. And boy, was it an experience. I've witnessed stuff there that I've never seen in my whole 30 something years of life. But I do say that Family Promise is a good place if you make it a good place. If you do what you have to do, it is hard. It's not easy. Going through shelters in general is hard, but they did help us out a lot. We did most of the work. We weren't the typical family in the shelter because we did have jobs when we went to the shelter, so we had income. Also, we were a higher income family. A lot of the families there were not two-parent households. They were mostly like on welfare. Nobody was working. So we were a different type of family, I would say that. So a lot of the help that they offered to other families, they were not able to offer to us because we were all also on the higher income level than a lot of other families. But it did give us a place to stay. And also another good thing that I want to mention about Family Promise at the time, and this was pre-COVID, so I can't speak to like now how it is now, but pre-COVID they had an animal shelter, so you could live there with your animal. So if you had a pet, which we did, we had our dog Pretty, and we were able to keep her, and she was able to come to the shelter with us, and they had a place for her. They actually paid to get her shots up to date. They had kennels, they had food, treats, they had a nice backyard for the dogs. I mean, it was just such a nice place for the dogs to go so that you weren't worried about your pet when you were in the shelter. So I would say that was the good part about it. We didn't have to give our dog away because we were worried about giving our dog away. And another good thing about Family Promise is the budgeting part of it. It really, I wish I can get back to this budgeting part. I did not realize how bad I was at budgeting until I stayed in the shelter. But with Family Promise, you had to save 80% of your income and you only got 20% of your income. And as a family, for us, like, we love eating out. We love like just buying stuff and being able to like buy stuff. That was really hard. There was a good period of time where we were like surviving off of noodles, ramen noodles. So yeah, that was crazy. But we stayed there for 45 days. In the 45 days, we were able to save $5,000 to move into our new place. We did find a place within those 45 days and got approved, and we were able to move out the shelter. Upon moving out of the shelter, they still keep in contact with you. They gave us a lots of dishes, lots of blankets, lots of pillows. They gave us a lot of stuff, gift cards for groceries when we moved out of the shelter. So I do want to say a big thank you to Family Promise because I feel like that was like our foundation when we moved here because we did kind of lose hope. But with Family Promise, they kind of gave us hope again that we were going to make it in a new state. And then upon moving out, they do stay in contact with you. So they have a Christmas program where like a family adopts you, and not only just adopts your children, they adopt you too, husband, wife, and all kids. So we did get a nice family that adopted us, and they got us clothes for Christmas. They bought us books. They bought me so much makeup. I mean, they bought me like Dior makeup, Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup, like so much makeup. I could not believe how much makeup that I received from them, but it was such a blessing. And also, when we moved here, we had a situation with our car. So we no longer had a car when we got to the shelter. So Family Promise has a program where they gift, I think it's like 1 to 3 cars maybe a year to families in need. So you, as long as you successfully graduate out of this shelter program, you can apply to get a free car. And so we went out on a limb and we applied to get the free car, and we actually got it. Like, we won a free car. And I will insert pictures. This was such a blessing because if you live in Arizona and traveling in Arizona without a vehicle is impossible. The bus system is not reliable. Um, one block here is like 10 blocks, and it's freaking hot. It's over 120 degrees in the summertime. So if you live in Arizona, this was just one of the biggest lessons that we had ever got. So I want to personally give a big thank you to Family Promise for everything that they did. Even when I didn't see the good, there was so much good that came out of it. It was such a big blessing for our family. But yeah, so thank you so much, Family Promise. Tips on moving to a new state. I would say have a budget and make sure you stick to that budget. Make sure you stick to that budget. And before you move, please have a plan. Don't do it like we did it and just move because it sounds fun. Really have a plan. Make sure you have a home or are going to get a home within the first few weeks of living there. Make sure you save the money to move in. Make sure you have emergency fund just in case anything can go wrong with your car like ours did. And just make sure you're prepared what's going to come up because moving across country is not easy. I mean, it sounds so fun, but honestly, it's not easy, especially when you don't have family support. So that's the big takeaway I want to give from from Minnesota to Arizona. Okay, so in this next section, I do want to get a little bit more personal. In this section, I'm going to be talking about loss. So if this is something that's very sensitive for you, I would advise for you to skip over this part. But this was something really important for me to touch on. Just to let like people who are viewing my videos know a little bit more about me on the personal side and kind of why I am the way I am now and kind of why I move the way I move now. So a little bit before moving to Arizona, which we moved to Arizona in 2019. So in the beginning of 2019, we found out that my husband's mom, my mother-in-law, she was diagnosed with cancer. Now, learning that, it was definitely a hard time in our life when we found out that she did have cancer. Me and my husband, personally, we were going through a rocky point in our relationship. There had been a lot of things that had happened during that time. And so Hearing the cancer diagnosis, it kind of just like put the icing on the cake. Um, and at that time, we were kind of already talking about moving to Arizona, but we didn't know like it was for sure at that point. So that happened in the beginning of 2019. In January, we learned about her cancer diagnosis. She was diagnosed with, I want to say it was rectal cancer. Honestly, don't quote me on that, but she was diagnosed with cancer. Now, in February of 2019, we learned that she was going to have a surgery to remove the cancer because they had figured that they can just remove the cancer because it wasn't that big that it could be removed. So she decided that she was going to go ahead and take the risk to remove the cancer. Now, I do want to say that she did have a history of blood clots, as well as a lot of other health issues that we knew nothing about. Um, she was good at hiding things. I would say that she was good, very, very good at hiding things. If anyone knows my mother-in-law, Cindy, they know that she was very good at hiding things. And so she hid this cancer diagnosis from us for a long time. Probably even longer than we actually knew that she had the cancer. And still at that point when she had the surgery, we still didn't know how long she had the cancer for. Um, so she decided that she was gonna go and have the surgery to have the cancer removed. So she had the surgery in St. Paul, Minnesota at Regents Hospital, which honestly was, I feel like it was a mistake, but God doesn't allow things to happen that are not supposed to happen. So I won't question why, but it happened. So she had the surgery. The surgery was only supposed to be a 5-hour surgery, which actually ended up turning to, I think it was like a 10-hour surgery. So my husband and my husband's brother are not really educated on like surgery and things like that. I come from a nursing background. I was a CNA, a medical assistant. I worked at treatment centers. So I knew a lot about like the medical side of things. And I know like when someone is getting surgery in the hospital, you don't want to leave the hospital because you don't want to miss important updates on if something went wrong during surgery or just in general. You don't want to miss any updates that's going on with that surgery. So it got to like the 6-hour mark and I kind of got worried and I'm like, okay, something's not right. So then the 7-hour mark came around and I'm like, okay, now I'm really getting worried because nobody has came out and checked with us. No one has given us an update. So around the 7.5-hour mark, the doctor did come out. The surgeon came out and said that there was a hiccup during surgery where they tore her spleen. Now, they said because of her organs, the size of her organs, it was hard to move them around to remove the cancer. So that's why it got tore. But they said that it was fine. They were able to stitch it up or cauterize it. I don't know. You guys know the word. But they were able to do what they had to do to stop the bleeding. So I was like, fine, this is good news. Something happened. There was a hiccup in the surgery, but they were able to come back and they were able to fix it. No biggie. This is going to be done. That's why it's taking a little bit longer than it should. So about 2 hours later, they came out and they said the surgery was done because they had that hiccup during surgery that she would be moved to the ICU during the surgery time to recover from surgery. So they let us back. We did get to see her. She was up. She was an alert. She was alert. She was weak. You could tell that she was weak, but she was up talking, and she was just talking like, cause she worked at the YMCA for over 14 years. And the daycare center. So she was up, and she was alert and she was talking about her daycare kids at the daycare center and just telling us to let them know that she's going to be coming back and that she misses her kids. And, and just, just talking about her daycare kids. And then she pulled my husband down and she was telling my husband that to take care of her daughter, which is me. She's just like, take care of my daughter. You make sure you take care of her. And I kind of started getting sad. And I didn't know why at that moment, but I got really sad. And she started telling him, because my husband doesn't know who his dad is. And I didn't look at it that way, like, oh, something is wrong. But now that I look back and I look at the stuff she was saying, I feel like she kind of knew. But yeah, she told my husband, because he doesn't know his dad, that she wants him to find out who his dad is. And I just kind of looked at her like, oh, she's just saying that because, the medication is wearing off. Like, she knows who his dad is. Why didn't she tell him? But she was like, yeah, find out who your dad is. And I will forever remember that. Like, she just, find out who your dad is. So then, at that point, they wanted us to leave out the room because they are like, okay, she needs to get rest, so let her rest. So, we let her get rest. It was very late at night at that point. So we did leave the hospital. Her husband stayed there with her, because she just newly got married. Actually, not even 6 months before that, which this wedding came out of nowhere. She newly gotten married to a guy from her church. So this is new for all of us too. It was a surprise. So her husband stayed there with her, and then we ended up going home because, mind you, we had small kids at this time. So we ended up going home to be with our kids, and my husband had work in the morning. So the next day, I didn't have work, so I went to the hospital and we spent the hospital with her. We spent time in the hospital with her. Everything seemed like it was going okay. She did say that she had a headache and that she just felt very weak. But when I spoke to the nurses, they were like, oh, she's doing good. She even got up to use the bathroom. So I'm just thinking in my head, like, okay, everything is okay. But she didn't look okay. Like, the breathing didn't look okay. She was on oxygen machines, something that she's not usually on. And it just didn't seem okay. Just didn't seem okay. So we stayed at the hospital till probably like 11 p.m. at night. And then her husband was like, no, you go home with the kids because you need to get rest. I'll stay with her. So I was under the assumption that he was going to stay there with her. And I would go home with the kids and get some rest because it was, like I stated, 11:30 p.m. at night. And so my husband had just got off work. We had just made it home. We had literally just like laid in the bed, and then our phone rang. And we picked the phone up, and it was her husband, and he was screaming and he was crying and he was saying, get down to the hospital. Something has happened to your mom. Get down to the hospital now. And my initial thought was like, okay, where are you? Like, I thought you were at the hospital. And he was not at the hospital with her. So then we called the hospital and they were like, yeah, you guys need to get down here now. It's not looking good. Things are taking a turn for the bad. So get down here. So we lived in Coon Rapids at the time, which is like 45 minutes away from downtown St. Paul. So we literally jumped up. We got up and we went to go get my husband's brother, and we went to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, we learned that she had passed away. And honestly, I was just in shock. I couldn't believe it. What turned into supposed to be a routine cancer removal surgery that was low risk, turned out to be her passing away. So that was one of the hardest moments that I think I had to go through. Just seeing my husband hurt. And even for me, like, She was a big part of my life. Like I said, I knew my husband before. I mean, I knew my husband's family before I knew my husband. Like, I knew his mom before I knew him. So I had built a relationship with her long before this. So at this point, we've been together for over 12, 13 years. And, we build a relationship. Like, we're close. I do her hair. Um, I mean, we have like the best relationship that a mother and daughter-in-law can have, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relationship that you could ever even think of. So it was just really hard. And then her husband was taking it very hard. He was screaming. He cried. We were trying to talk to the doctors. The doctors were not really giving us answers. The nurses were not really giving us answers, which under the given circumstances, the husband, he was hysterical, rolling around on the floor. Like it was really bad. It was a really bad scene. And I mean, it was just bad. So we tried to talk to them, talk to the nurses and the doctors, and they were threatening to put us out the hospital if we can't get the husband to calm down. He's causing the disturbance to other patients in the hospital. So yeah, it was bad. So we got into the office and they said, "Well, did you guys want to do an autopsy? Because we will not perform an autopsy because of her health history, her past history." And I just thought that was weird because she was allergic to a lot of pain medications. And she couldn't take any pain medication. So at the time, she was saying that she had a headache. And I'm just like, what happened? Because before they cleared her for the surgery, they said that there was no blood clots. And they're saying that what killed her was there was a blood clot that formed, which I'm guessing after her spleen tore, because she was a diabetic. There was a blood clot that traveled to her heart and essentially stopped her heart. So yeah, so after that whole ordeal, in the funeral situation, I mean, I could do a whole story time on this if you guys want, but the funeral situation and everything else, I was just over Minnesota. I was ready to go. I was ready to go. At the time, my husband's youngest brother was living with us as well, and he was a recovering addict. He had schizophrenia. He was going through a lot of health problems. He was living with us as well. I was just over Minnesota, and I was just thinking of our well being, and I wasn't thinking about anyone else. I was just ready to go. Now, fast forward in a few years, it happened in 2022. So we moved to Arizona in 2019. In 2022, my husband's youngest brother, he passed away from a fentanyl overdose. Um, and it was just like over and over again. Like, you just keep replaying death in your head. Like, once too many people close to you die, and mind you, I've grown up with my husband's family. Me and his youngest brother, we went to school together. Like I said before, we even moved to Arizona. He stayed with us. Me and my kids and my husband. He stayed with us. And during the time that he stayed with us, he was safe. Like, he was safe. He would sleep a lot, granted, but I didn't mind as long as he was safe, not drinking, not smoking. He was sober, and he was good. And before we moved, we offered him to move to Arizona with us, but he didn't want to go. So, I mean, at that point, he's a grown man. We can't force him to go. So it's like, what could we do? But yes, we got a call from his middle brother. And I don't know if I said this before, but my husband, he doesn't know who his dad is. His mom was a single mother, and it was him and his two brothers. So this is their family makeup: the mom, the youngest brother, the middle brother, and my husband, which is he was the oldest brother. So we got a call from his middle brother, Michael, and he said that Anthony had passed away from a fentanyl overdose, and that he was found in his apartment face down and had been there for 2 days. So that was very, very, very hard because at that point I was 7 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant. I was almost to the due date. That happened in October. I was nearing the due date of Ty Anthony, and so I was literally going through it. And during that time, I had so many nightmares. Like my husband was having nightmares. It was just such a weird time. I don't know if it was from the pregnancy or if we were like having, I don't know, deja vu dreams about the future and what was to come. I don't know, but it was a very hard time. And so we had to travel back to Minnesota to go to the funeral of my husband's youngest brother. And it was a lot. I was pregnant. Some stuff happened. We missed the funeral. We got to go to the repast. I don't want to really go into detail on that, on what happened, but we didn't make the funeral. We only got to go to the repast, but we were able to celebrate with the family that was there, celebrate his death as much as we could. Um, but it was really hard. It was a really hard time. And then we got to spend, I think we were only in Minnesota for about 2 days before we had to go back because we drove there. So if anybody drives or knows that from driving from Arizona to Minnesota is a 25-hour drive. So it takes literally a whole day. So we really didn't get to spend much time there, but we did get to spend some time. I will insert pictures from.
Give me one break, I need faith. Faith to believe you, faith to receive you. Give me something I'm lacking, I don't need nothing. You are my everything. Only me and you, only me and you, only me and you, only me and you, only me, only you, only me.
The repast as well so you guys can see. But we got to spend time with his middle brother, which was very much needed because we hadn't seen each other in years at that point. And then literally 6 months later, in May 13th of 2023, my husband received a call from a friend saying that his middle brother Michael had gotten shot and killed at a house party, at an after set party in St. Paul. And that I feel like was really the most traumatic experience that we have went through thus far. And it was just like, at that point, it was just like stuff kept stacking up. It just kept stacking up. It never stopped. Like, since it's like we tried to leave Minnesota in the rear view, but it followed us everywhere we went. Every corner we turned, it was something that was going on back home that would pull us back, that would pull us back. And it was just unbearable. Like, I mean, yeah, I have no words for it, but he died at an after set party. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of rumors going on what happened and who killed them and how it happened. A lot of stuff that we learned about his middle brother, Michael, that we didn't know. And Michael had just had a baby girl, his first child at 35. She was only 4 months old. Almost 5 months. Or was she? She was 4 months old when she died. Yeah, I think she was 4 months old when he died. Our kids are very close in age. Literally, my son Ty Anthony was born in November. Her daughter, Michael's daughter, was born in January. So they're close in age. We were pregnant at the same time. At the funeral and repast, we were both pregnant. And it was just, it was a lot. So you will see some clips. We are going to trial for that now. You will see some clips in the upcoming videos of me attending those court dates. And yeah, I don't want to go too much into that, but I did just want to touch on that because I feel like that is a big part of my background, and is that why I said why I am the way I am. I would say grief has changed me so much. Michael's death in specific changed me a lot because I just don't trust people anymore. I cannot trust people anymore. I used to love to hang out with friends. I used to love to hang out with people in general. That situation has caused me so much anxiety. There's a lot of people in Minnesota who I don't trust anymore. And people who like you thought were family and you just know who they are now after that situation. So a lot of people gain notoriety and money off of his name. So yeah, I will do a story time about that too if you guys wanted to hear more on how my husband's brother got murdered at an after set. How I kept going, honestly, without Ty Anthony. I mean, my other kids were there, but I don't think they understood. And they were older, so they were more like off to themselves. They really didn't understand what was going on. But I really think Ty Anthony saved me from going off the edge because he kept me busy. He definitely kept me busy and kept me going. Of course, like my husband, but yeah, it was a very hard time for us. Honestly, with finding purpose again, I really don't even know if I found my purpose yet. Well, I would take that back because I feel like I do. I think it's just bringing awareness to everything. Bringing awareness on grief, bringing awareness on depression, anxiety, stress, autism, how to deal with autism, how to deal with big life changes. And I feel like that's like the focal point of my life now is talking about grief, depression, and my son's autism. Really, I just wanted to touch on that. That is a big part of our life. And I am going to tell you guys exactly how I found out my son had autism, what the early symptoms were, and going into all of his stuff. So stay tuned for part 2, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Give me one break, I need space.